Hello there, my name is Aaron and I'm a non-professional scratch builder who likes to build things out of old toys and everyday junk. This week I want to show how you can make a spaceship out of old makeup containers and plain everyday cardstock. Now this build isn't going to win any prizes, but if you're thinking about making something, hopefully this video will teach you what not to do. Oh, said that wrong. Let's start scratching that build. Okay, so you've emerged from your recycling bin and found bits you want to make a spaceship from. So firstly, take a shower. I can smell you from here. What? You already have? Hang on. I'll be right back. I'm back and on with the build. So with the junk you need to dry fit them first. Have a play around until you find a shape you like for your spaceship. I'll just dry my hair while you do that. Ah, that's much better. Now get something that you can file with and sand that plastic down. I'm feeling lazy today, so minimum amount of cutting if I can help it. So this lid is going to cover that screw thing on the container. I have a feeling YouTube will block this video if I leave this like that. So yeah, let's just swap this around. Hang on one second, there we go. Oh my, I've just made it 10 times worse. Let's quickly get through this bit before I'm totally kicked off the channel. Super glue the pieces together. You can add a little baking soda to help strengthen the bond if you like. So I found a smaller makeup container that probably cost the other half 80 euros. God knows why. I want to extend the spaceship. No, that didn't sound right. Anyway, I'm just trying to change the shape a little to add more curves to the ship's body. And by taking the lid off, it will do just that, like there. So those three makeup containers will become the engines, and I have this random valve that came from a hose that I'm going to hot glue into the middle container. To make the engines look more like a Star Wars spaceship, I'm going to use cardstock. This is an Amazon envelope that I'm cutting down, but you can use cereal boxes, shoe boxes, anything really. This is the cheaper alternative than using styrene or plasticard. Once you've made the shape you want, glue them onto your container. If your cardstock has a shiny side, glue the dull side to the plastic as it will stick better. Trust me, I've been there. Once you've done that, it should look like a rocket engine. If it doesn't, squint and stand on your head until you faint. No, I'm only joking. That's what it should look like, and to me that looks like a rocket engine. Next you'll need to seal the cardstock, so you can either use cheap PVA glue or Mod Podge. Why, I didn't hear you ask? Well, that's to stop the cardstock absorbing the paint when you paint later on. So here's what we have so far. Now I found these chewing gum containers that I want to add to the build. In hindsight I should have put them on the back of the two other engines, but I didn't and stuck them to the front, making it look like a jacked up bodybuilder. Sometimes in scratch building you look at the finished build and think I should have done this or that, and that is normal, but since this is a spaceship of the future, it can look as wild and beefy as you want it to look. I'm going to use some more cardstock to cover the chewing gum container. Off screen I greebled up the engines with more bits of cardstock and greeblies, and that's what they look like. Now I'm just trying to work out which way to stick them. Again, as my subscribers will know, I never draw anything down as I let the plastic tell me where it's going. And boy, that sounded so pretentious. Move on, shall we? Here I am. I'm just covering the main body and engines with more cardstock. Here I am, I'm just making a hole to fit some plastic tubing. I thought it would be fun to have tubing going into the engine. Don't ask me why, because I have no explanation why. I just thought it would look cool. I've cut out a lot of different shaped panels from cardstock that I'm going to stick onto the ship. I did film a lot of me putting greeblies onto the spaceship, but cut it out because it was really boring to watch. Basically, I just greebled up the ship with bits of cardstock and some rubber washers, added the insides of squeezy bottles to look like pew pew lasers, and I'm now sticking down a couple of glue caps to the front. Some more washers are added just for, I don't know, visual interest really. And now it's time to add the two remaining engines to the ship. These were made out of, they were lids for, I think, detergent, liquid detergent for, your washing machine that the other half deals with, because, we're too busy scratch building, doing manly things. It's code word time. If you want to leave a comment, leave this code word before the start of the comment so I know you got here before skipping. Also, please like and subscribe to the channel, it really helps. And that's the code word. Now back to the build. So the two front engines are glued into place. You'll notice I'm using a combo of hot glue and then super glue with a baking soda chaser. That's just my preference because I know my builds fall apart sometimes. Well, often. With all the new bits of cardstock I added, I'm just going to go and paint it with Mod Podge and then look at it once it's dry and think it needs something else. And that's when I realise wings. I'm going to put some wings on it and call it my V-type Star Wars spaceship. So here we go, let's make some wings. Off screen I use more cardstock to greebly up the wings and make them look like they belong to the spaceship. When I stick them down, they're going to be a bit flappy. So what I'm going to do is use two bits from Q-tips. I've used them many times before. If you watch this channel, you know what I'm talking about. Pokey ear sticks, the cotton buds, as we say. And I'm just going to use them just as rods, just to hold the spaceship to the wings. Because I'd put wings at the front, I needed wings at the back, so quickly fashioned two smaller wings just to attach to the back of the engines. And there he or she is in all its glory. Now it's on for the priming. I gave the ship a rattle can of grey first, then I went around and stuck bits of masking tape to it. This is to give it a two-tone appearance when I go over it with a lighter grey. But first I'm going to try this technique, which I stuffed up and got wrong. Pre-shading, it's supposed to be, but did I mention I'm a non-professional scratch builder? So hopefully you can see some kind of pre-shading on this model. So now I'm just going to hit it with a light grey. And because it's grey on grey, you won't see a lot, so I'll just skip this. With the second grey dry, it's moment of truth time to see if my darker panels have worked, and oh, yes they have. Well, there we go. I was feeling all cocky at this point and decided to add a little colour to the wings, so I masked off the area and dug out my masking fluid. It's called drawing gum that I'll dab around, and hopefully once the paint is on and dry I can pull the gum off and we'll have scratches, in theory. I decided the wings needed the colour, so I'm going to use red because I thought it stood out better than any other colour against the grey. I left that to dry and then peeled off all the masking tape, and yep, there was no bleed through, which was nice, so I got some nice edges. It was moment of truth time with the drawing gum. I went at it with a pokey stick before realised I could just pick at it with my chunky fingers. I borrowed one of the other half's makeup sponges to dab some black along the wings. Breaking out the airbrush again, I tried to give some blaster effects on the ship before adding some washes, and that is my V-Type Class 001 Star Wars inspired spaceship, made from containers and cardstock. Glamour shots are next, so all that's left for me to say is thanks for dropping by. Remember to like, comment and subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and until next time, keep scratching that build everybody. Thanks for watching.